The video you're about to watch is a video that we recorded during one of our Digital Track University classes, where we teach churches how to set up a digital outreach system from start to finish. Literally, that we set up for churches all across the country, driving a lot of first-time visitors to their church every year. The video is one of our classes where we taught them how to set up a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad from start to finish, building it out, and then setting up the automated follow-up process on the back end, reminding the people of the service they plan for. All right, so watch the video, comment, like if you enjoy the material, and when you implement it in your church and you see a lot of first-time visitors from it, be sure to come back and comment and let everyone else know how well it went. All right, so if you're interested in Digital Track University, click below in the description and you can learn about that, and you can send your church through it. And other than that, I hope y'all enjoy. So those are the three different levels. And when we click create, you will build each one of those levels out from scratch. All right, so that's what we're about to do right now. So when you click create, it'll pop up some options here. Basically what this is doing is it's asking you what your campaign objective is. So depending on what kind of ads y'all are running, if y'all are running any different ads than what we teach, then you might choose something different. But what we teach is that we want to gather information. We want to collect their information by getting their name, phone number, and email. So what we want is we want to get leads. It's called leads. So right here where it says leads, you will select leads, all right? And keep in mind, Facebook always changes stuff around. It's always the same concept, but sometimes it can be a different layout. So if you ever come in here to create a campaign and it has these things kind of laid out differently, don't stress about it. Just look for leads and, you'll be on the right track. So click on leads. If y'all are using our software and working with us, then you just have to reach out to us. If there's ever anything on here that has changed and you don't know what's going on, you just, reach out to us and we'll give you the direction in it. So you click on leads, click on continue. All right, so then it gives you these two options. All right, so there's two options it gives you here. This is actually new. This ain't been here. Well, this has probably been here now for about 6 months, but it's fairly new. They now give you an option to where you can choose a tailored leads campaign. What that is it's basically a campaign that Facebook already kind of has pre-built for you. We don't recommend that. Honestly, if Facebook ever recommends stuff, we oftentimes don't listen to Facebook's recommendations. And the reason being is because a lot of times Facebook they're a software company. A lot of these, they're not marketers. Okay. So, and they're also not, marketing for churches. So there's a lot of difference in what they're looking for and what we're looking for. Right. So we don't do the tailored leads campaign. What you want to do is you want to choose manual leads campaign, which means you're manually building it from scratch. Okay. And then you'll click continue. Okay, so now it has pulled up your builder here. You are about to build your campaign from scratch. Now, if you notice up here, you see this left side, you see there's 3 different levels. Notice the new leads campaign, new leads ad set, new leads ads, or new lead ad. So these are those 3 levels I was telling you about. You also see those 3 levels right here. New leads campaign, new leads ad set, new lead ad. All right, so let's name our campaign here. So this campaign is going to be our Easter service for 2024. All right, so that's all we're going to name it. So once you name your campaign here, this is for your record, so you can keep track of all of your different ads that you build. In the campaign level, you won't need to do anything else. All this stuff, A/B testing, you can leave it off. Advantage campaign budget, leave it off. And the rest of this auction, the budgeting, buying type, just leave it all like this. It's perfectly fine. All right. And you can click this little blue button that says next, which will bring you down to your ad set level. Or you can just click on your ad set level from right here. Either way is fine. So let's click on our ad set level. Now it brings us into our ad set. All right, so now we want to name this ad set. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to split test headlines. All right, so on that Google Doc we gave you with your ad copy, you're going to see there's 3 different headlines that you're able to copy and paste and put different headlines on each one of your ads to kind of split test. That way they don't all look the same. So we're going to do that here. So we're going to name this, though, what we which one this is going to be. So this is going to be headline. All right, headline 1. Okay, so then I'm also going to put a little line here. And since this is the ad set level, I also want to put, and you don't have to put this, but we like to put what our daily budget is that is going into this ad. So as we divided it up earlier when we were looking at the slides, if we're using $400 for a month-long campaign, then we're going to run 6 different ads and have $2.22 in each ad. So let's label this. We're going to put $2.22 in this one. And actually, we'll label it day. All right, $2.22 for a day. And let's come down here. So it's going to give you a conversion type. Okay, so let's say you're driving traffic to your website. Maybe there's a plan your visit page on your website or a course. And I know we've talked about courses, different stuff. You can drive traffic to your courses, any discipleship courses, stuff like that. You can have a website as where the traffic is going. Or you can use messenger ads or like prayer request ads and different stuff. Now, we always choose instant forms, okay, because we want to generate leads by asking people to fill out a form. So we choose instant forms, okay? So we've got instant forms selected. Then you'll come down here and it's going to ask you to choose your Facebook page. Now, your Facebook page might already be in here, depending on if you might only have access to your page, so it might already be in here. But in our case, it's not. So let's find our Facebook page in here. There it is. All right, so we've selected our Facebook page, Eternal Life Baptist Church. Now, once you select your page, if you've never ran ads to your Facebook page, right here it's going to say accept Meta's terms and service, to run ads. And all you do is click View Terms, and it'll ask you to accept them, and that's it. And then once you're accepted them, it'll look just like this. So that's all you have to do there. So then we'll keep coming down. Performance goal, you leave all that the same. Cost per result, just leave that the same. Don't worry about that. Dynamic creative, leave that off. Then we come down here to budget and schedule. All right, so now this is where we make our budget and we make our schedule for when we want it to launch. So it's saying, by default, the daily budget of $20. Well, we don't want to use $20. We want to use $2.22 for each one of our ad sets. So since this is just one ad set, we're just putting $2.22 in here. This is to run every day. And we want it to launch. So let's click on this launch date. We like to launch it on Mondays at 5 a.m. So we're on a Tuesday. So let's skip forward over here and go to Monday on the 4th. All right. So we're going to launch it on Monday on the 4th. And we are going to make this for 5 a.m. All right, so now we've got the start date to launch Monday at 5 a.m. and it's going to run every day at $2.22 all the way up till Easter. Just this one ad set. So we're going to have 6 of these out there just like this, though. Okay, so we've got that set up properly. Let's come down here, leave all of this the same, and then you come down here to audience controls. All right, so now this is where you will build out your targeting. All right, so we can click edit here. And this is the whole United States by default. So we don't want to run an ad to all of the United States. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to delete this off of here, and it's going to give you this little blank slate right here, and it's going to ask you to put in your address. All right, so we want to run it by address. You could put in zip codes here. You can put in all kind of stuff, state, but we want to run it by a radius around our church. And so let's do that, and then I'll show you how you can also drop pins. So let's do 10083. All right, sometimes it'll pull up your address. Sometimes you got to put in some more information. 10083 North Main Street. Sorry if y'all hear my kids in the background. I have to do this from the house tonight, so it's a little late over here. All right, North Main Street. Let's see. Sometimes it can be difficult to find your address depending on where it is, especially there it is right there, 1008 North Main Street, Nahunta, Georgia. So we will select that. And so now it drops a pin and brings us all the way down over here to Nahunta. All right. So this is our area. Look how royal we are. Like literally there's no city. It's just, a dot on a corner down here. All right. So 10-mile radius is what it's set at right now. So this is how you set up your targeting. All right. So your location. Now this is very important. Y'all hear this. Okay. Best practices is you want to keep right here where it says estimated audience size. You want to keep this in between 100,000 up to between 100,000 to 250,000. All right. You want to do that the best you can. Now, this estimated audience size is very, very fluffed up. And what I mean by that is I know for a fact in this area, we have like a town of 3,000. Our whole county's got 16,000. And this ain't even covering our whole county right now. So, these numbers can be sometimes that they're not as accurate as what you think, and sometimes they're more accurate than what you think. As far as like you might think you have a small area, but you put a radius around, and Facebook tracks everyone that has Facebook pages in that area. You'll be surprised at how many people live around there, right? So, but the audience size, you want to try and make it to be 100,000 to 250,000. Sometimes it is not possible. So I'm going to show you what I mean. In our area, we run ads for our church all the time, so I already know for me to get that to above 100,000, I have to put a very large circular radius around our church. Let's just try 30 miles. Now, 30 miles is a long ride, okay? So that gives us, that pushes us over 100,000. But 30 miles is a pretty long ride. We really don't want to run an ad for all the way up to 30 miles out. Some you absolutely can. I mean, we have people that drive 45 minutes to our church, but for the most part, you don't really want to put it out that far. So let's just try 20. Okay. And I got a pretty good idea what it's going to be at. Yeah. 49,000 to 58,000, 20 miles around our church. We still don't have enough of what I would like. So I want to get as close as possible. And I know our sweet spot's about 25 miles around our church address. Yeah, right there. So normally, like this is where we run it for our church. Matter of fact, I think we even bump that up to 26 normally, which is still a little far out, but it at least gets us close to that 100,000 mark. Put us right over the 100,000 mark. So we'll keep it at 26 miles out because that's about where we want to be, over 100,000. And like I said, don't stress or worry, or fret about it if you can't get that over 100,000. Just get it close to 100,000. All right. So now we've got our audience set up properly. Let's come over here real quick so I can show y'all something. If y'all ever want to drop a pin and target a certain area, right here it says drop pin. Let's say we wanted to click drop a pin, and let's say we wanted to drop a pin over here by St. Simon's. Drop a little pin right there. So now we've got two pins. We got one here, and we've got one here. All right. So right here is your pin radius for that pin. It's going by, it's measuring, by the whatever that's called. So there's 10-mile radius around where that pin is, right? So if you wanted to drop pins, your ads will run within that radius around those pins. Okay. So we don't want to drop pins. We're just going to run it around our church address. Okay. So we've got our targeting set up with our location set up properly. Right here is your minimum age. You can edit this to something else if you would like. Keep in mind, whenever you edit the age, though, it'll lower this audience size. So you can make it 18, or you can bring it up to 22 or something. We'll put it on 21. All right, minimum age. All right, so with all of that being done, with our targeting set up, we've got our daily budget set up. Our schedule, we've got our audience set up. We come down here. The rest of this advanced audience, you can just leave that. Don't do anything there. Advanced placements. Don't mess with this either. Now, you'll have, you might hear advice sometimes from some people to change the placements and have it run just in the news feeds. Listen, our expertise of running a lot of these, we've tried placing it in just the news feeds. There's nothing wrong with that, but we found the best results is when you let the Facebook algorithm do the work. It's going to put your ad wherever it's performing best. So when you allow Facebook to just put it in all of the different placements, the more people that click on it in those placements, Facebook will start pushing it more in those placements. believe it or not, Facebook wants you to pay them to run ads. They want money. They want you to do good. They want your ad to do good. Okay. So when it comes to these placements, let the algorithms find out what's working best. So just leave this the way it is. All right. So now we've got our ad set built out. Everything's ready to go. We've got it set up properly. So here's another thing I want you to know. Now we've got our ad sets, everything set up here. But right here, there's a little box that says ad set may get 0 leads. All right. This might scare you to death. All right. It just saying that. You say, oh my gosh, I don't want to get 0 leads. Just click the little X box because that's all. That's literally how much that's even worth. It's not worth anything. All right. Right here, estimated daily results, 0 leads. Don't let any of this scare you, okay? Because this is just an estimated daily result. The reason it is saying this is because we have such a low daily ad spend in this ad. See, what this campaign does not know is that we are actually running $13 and something every day. If we're really not running $2 by itself every day, we're running $13 and something. We're just dividing it out between multiple ads. So Facebook ain't recognizing that. All right. So that's why it's saying you might get 0 leads. I can assure you, just take my word for it, set it up the way I'm showing you, and you will get people filling out forms. Okay. So we've got our ad set level set up properly. So now we need to come down to our ads level. So let's click on the ads level right here. We come up here to can't add name. Let's name this. So this ad is going to be headline 1, just like in the ad set level. And this ad, we are going to first build, we're first going to upload our videos into here. Okay, we're going to do our video ads first, and then we will do our image ads. So let's do video ads. We're going to label this as video because this one's going to be a video. Once you come down here, you will just make sure your page is selected there. If you have an Instagram account, you're able to select that here. All right, create ad. So your ad setup here. This is where you will plug in your video or your images. Okay, so this is going to be a video. So we'll leave a single image or video selected here. Then we'll scroll down to add creative. All right, so the add creative, that is the writing and stuff on your ad. And this is where it allows you to add your media. So let's add our video. Click add video here. And I know some of this might be a lot, like a lot of just stuff everywhere because Facebook's a massive platform. But the more you do it, the easier it'll get. So click on upload. Let's find our video we've got here for our Easter service. There I am. All right, it takes a second for this thing to load sometimes. Come on now. Well, while this thing's loading and we've got a pause time, does anybody have any questions thus far? Man. Just double check y'all are all still with me. Okay, y'all still here.
Well, Dalton, I haven't done the computer or the credit card stuff that you'd mentioned at the bit. We go over that when you call me, when we do the.
Yeah, we can. When we do your onboarding call, we can go over that if you'd like.
Yeah, I hadn't done that yet. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When we go over we'll do that. Honestly, I looked at our calendar. I don't think you ever booked an onboarding call. Did you fill out your onboarding form and everything?
I thought I did. I'll have to go back and see, but I thought I filled out all of those.
Yeah, I'll double check, make sure. But yeah, we'll definitely help you get the your information filled out and stuff in Facebook.
Okay, because I haven't seen yet. I've got mine pulled up, and I don't see what I'm looking at. You got there. I just see. Yeah, I don't see that.
Hey, Dalton.
Yeah, we went
Hey,
over
yeah,
it in the
this
last
is
call.
Matthew from Mount Victory. I just had a question too. So what you're doing on this end with adding the video and then sending up the campaign, this is on Facebook side, and then you're going to track it using the leads manager, right?
Yep. So this is on Facebook. And in the last university call last week, I showed you how to find your ads manager in your Facebook page. And at the end of this call, if you remind me, I'll go back on Facebook and show you how to find your ads manager. So yeah, this is in your Facebook ads manager. This is on Facebook's platform. Once we build out your ad and it's launched or scheduled to launch, we will go into your GM Baptist Outreach software account, and that's where you will connect your Facebook ad to the software, allowing the leads when they fill out forms to go through the automated messages.
Okay. That
Yep.
sounds
Good,
right. Yeah. I got
good
it.
question. Yep. And just so I'll go ahead and give you all a little sneak peek of something real quick. It's not launched yet, but probably in a few months, could be 2, could be 3, could be 5. I don't know. Could be next month. But we're about to come out with a new feature in the software. It's actually not a new feature. It's a relaunch of a feature that we had a long time ago. But it's going to be, it's where we need it now. It's a feature where you can actually launch Facebook ads right from your software. You won't have to go and build all this out. It'll literally be, you select our templates that we already have pre-built, you put your video in it, and you click launch. And that's it. So it's going to be, this is all a lot right now, but eventually through your GM Baptist Outreach software, it's all going to be simplified, a lot easier doing all this stuff. So let's click next right here. So we've got our video uploaded. So let's click next. So now it's kind of loading and it's asking you if you want to trim your video or do anything for it. We'll just click next. All right, so now it's telling you about these different placements. There will be some placements your video might not fit perfectly in, and that's okay. Just let Facebook put it in there as best as it can. Optimize, you just click done. All right, so now we've got our video up in here. And so this is just telling you that some of the text on the video won't fit on some placements, which is fine. It just means that there's some placements this is going to be running all over the place on Facebook and Instagram's platforms. There will be some placements where it'll cut off some of your video, which is fine. So we've got our video here. It allows you to see a little preview of it right here. You can see it off to the right. So let's come down here. We see our primary text now. We want to add our writing on the ad. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop over here into our Google Doc that we sent you last week. All right, we'll come in here and we will come down here to these are our headlines. We'll get to these in a moment. But let's come down here to our primary text. Okay, so this is going to be the primary text that we actually put on the ad. All right, right there. We'll copy that and we will come in here and put it in the primary text right here. All right, so it looks like it copied some extra spaces here. So let's go through and delete these. Perfect. All right, so now we got our text in here, but let's come in here and change this to be specific to your church. So we're going to do our church here. So our county is Brantley. So let's say Brantley. Hey, Brantley area. My name is Dalton. Let's see. My name is Dalton Grovenstein, and I'm the pastor at Eternal Life Baptist. Baptist Church in Nahunta. Then we'll put a state here. Nahunta, Georgia. All right, so now I want to personally invite you and your family out to let's change this because this is going to be our Easter service. To our Easter service on March the 31st. 11 a.m. Perfect. All right. So we believe your search for a woman-friendly church would finally be over. On that day, we will have, you want to put what you've got going on that Easter Sunday. That on Easter, I don't think we've got anything necessarily special going on. We're not eating or nothing on that day. So we'll just delete that altogether for this special day, since I can't think of anything specific we have that's different apart from some special singing. We believe your search for a woman-friendly church would finally be over. Please plan your visit below so we can have a special gift prepared for you and your family when you get here. All right. P.S. We are located at, let's put our church address here. Nahunta, Georgia. All right. So, boom, we've got our primary text. So now you can see it over here. This is what your ad will look like. It's giving you a preview of your ad right here. So let's click see more. It allows you to see it. And if you want to, you can click on these dots right here and actually expand it to where you can see it better. All right. Click on this. Boom. Hey, Brantley area. My name is Dalton Grovenstein, and I am the pastor at Eternal Life Baptist Church in Nahunta, Georgia. I want to personally invite you and your family out to our Easter service on March 31st at 11 a.m. We believe your search for a woman-friendly church would finally be over. Please plan your visit below so we can have a special gift prepared for you and your family when you get here. P.S. We're located at 1008 North Main Street, Nahunta, Georgia. All of that looks pretty good. All right. So we've got our ad copy in there. And you can even change this to say, hey, Brantley families. Matter of fact, since it's Easter, we might change this to say, hey, Brantley families. Families. All right, perfect. Okay, so we've got our primary text. So now we want to we want to put a headline. The headline is this writing at the bottom of the ad right here. So let's click over here to our Google Doc. We are going to take one of these headlines, since we're going to put multiple headlines, different headlines for each ad. We'll take one of these. This is headline 1. So this right here, this is headline 1 that we're doing here. So let's put headline 1 right here. You want to come in here and put the month within these brackets. So March 31st. Put Easter. And if any of y'all are familiar with like ChatGPT, AI, ChatGPT and stuff, it's free. But you can always, create an account in that and come copy and paste this text and ask it to give you a bunch of different Facebook ad text for this. And you can really get creative in trying different stuff in your area. But this headline right here, so this is headline number 1. Let's come down here where it says call to action. Let's change this. We don't want it to say sign up necessarily. We want it to say learn more. Okay, so we'll click on learn more. So we got our headline down there. We've got our learn more. We've got Pastor Dalton, church Easter service. All right, so you can play your ad, listen to it there. So now we've got our actual ad built out here. We've looked over it. All the writing's good. We've got our video on there. Right here, Facebook gives you a suggested variations as far as to put in the text. If you wanted to test some of these out, you absolutely can. We normally don't use any of them, but you can try them out. Some of them could be good. All right, so let's come down here. We got the writing done. You can leave description blank. You don't have to put anything in the description. So let's come down here. So now we've got the destination. So the destination here, this is your lead form. All right, so this is where we want to create your form. As you can tell down here, we've already got a lot of different forms made. Okay. And it's showing we've already got a form for March the 31st, 2024, which is very weird. I think we built this out on our last Digital Track University. Now that I think about it, because we don't have no ad running for our Easter service this year, so that's strange that it's even there. So here's what we're going to do, though. We're going to build one from scratch, right? So what we're going to do is come up here before you click on Create Form. Just come up here, and we want to copy some of our body text here, because we want it to be like we went over last week. We want it to be clear, concise. We want it to be congruent. We want what they see on the ad, we want them to see that same verbiage, that same wording on the form. So we're going to come up here and just copy from right here where it says I want, all the way down to plan your visit so we can have a gift when we get here. We're going to copy that. All right, then we're going to come down here. We're going to create us a form. Okay, so when you create a form, it pulls up this form builder right here. So at the top, you will name this form. So let's name this form Easter 2024. And you have form types. You can do higher intents, which allow you, it allows them to review their information before they submit it, which makes it a higher intent prospect that's filling out that form. It's fine. You can use higher intent. You might just have less forms filled out with higher intent, which is good. There'll be more, higher quality people. But more volume is normally what we keep it on. If you click on settings right here, make sure you click on settings. And right here where it says form configuration, you'll see it says restricted. If you select open right here, it'll allow people to be able to share this ad when it's running, okay? If you keep it on restricted, it won't allow people to share it. So you want to make sure you select open. Click done. All right, so now it's giving you the steps to building your ad. So we've chosen our form type. Now let's click the next button right here, and it takes us down a notch. Okay, so now it wants to ask us if we want to put a background image. Use uploaded image. You can use the image from the ad, but since we're doing a video ad, we will use a uploaded image, and we're just going to upload a image that we have. We're probably going to actually upload an image that we have that we're putting on the image carousel we're about to be building out here in a moment. So let's select this image right here. Boom. We got this little girl, cute little girl in church there. That's my daughter, so I can call her a cute little girl in church. But we uploaded that image in the background there. So now let's come down here and we will, where it says greetings right here, we want to turn this on. We want to give people a greeting. So let's turn that on. So now it's giving them a first page. So on this headline, what we're going to put is we're just going to put Easter service. Or actually, we'll just do Easter Sunday. I like that better. What am I doing? Easter Sunday. All right, so we've got Easter Sunday. And that writing that we went and copied off of our ad, right down here where it says description, we want to post that right here. So they know they're reading the same thing. They know it's the same ad that they clicked on. It wasn't some scam thing they clicked on. They clicked on the ad. It pulls up this form. It says Easter Sunday. I want to personally invite you and your family out to our Easter service on March 31st at 11 a.m. We believe your search for a warm and friendly church will finally be over. Please plan your visit below so we can have a special gift prepared for you and your family when you get here. All right. So we've got our greetings page set up. Click next. So now it's asking you if you want to put any questions. All right. So here's where we have our form questions. Up here, it allows you to add additional questions, okay? So you can add many different questions you would like. The more questions, the more quality the prospect will be. But the more questions, the less people will fill out the forms, okay? So you got to have a good balance. You don't want people filling out this large questionnaire and then they just end up quitting and not filling it out all the way because you had so many sneaking questions. But here's what we do. We do normally add about 2 questions. That way they have to put a little effort into filling this form out. So one question we ask is this the first time you have heard about our church? Yes or no. All right, because we chose multiple choice questions, so they're going to have a choice to choose either one of these, yes or no. So now we got question 1 here. And we want to add another question and click multiple choice. Another question that we normally ask is, have you ever been to church before? Yes, no. Okay, so now we've got our 2 questions. So this is what it looks like now when they pull up this form. It has the greetings page, and they'll answer these 2 questions. As a matter of fact, we'll even swap these 2 questions around where this is the first question. Okay, so now it's going to ask you for the description for them to actually fill out their contact information of who's planning their visit. So this description spot is asking you to give a introduction of why they're filling out this form. All we ask is, who is filling who is planning their visit today? Question mark. Okay. Add category, contact fields, select phone number here. Drag that up. So we want it to be the name first, then we'll drag that up. That way it shows name, phone number, email. Okay. So name, phone number, and email. So we've got our form set up now. And if you ever wanted to get more questions, you can add category. You can grab their street address. You can ask them to fill out literally any kind of information you want them to. Okay. So we've got our questionnaire set up. Now we want to click next. And so now it's asking you to put a privacy policy. Okay. This is basically the privacy policy that you are having on this form for when people fill out this form. They know their information secure. Now, most churches do not have a privacy policy. So when it comes for your church, all we use for churches all across the country, it works just fine. They are filling out this form on Facebook. This information is in Facebook. All right. So this is a Facebook form. So what we want to do is we want to use Facebook's privacy policy. So we'll come to Google, type in Facebook. Privacy policy, click boom. All right, we'll select Meta privacy policy here. So now we'll just come up here. What we're going to do is we're just going to grab this URL right up here. We'll copy that, and then we'll hop over here back into our ads, and we will paste that Meta privacy policy right there where it says link. And that's all you got to do for the privacy policy portion. You'll click next. It'll take you to the ending. So now it's wanting you to give a thank you page, basically, of them after they've given you their information. Thanks, you're all set. You can visit our website or exit the form now. Okay, you can leave this the same if you'd like, or you can put on there like, hey, we can't wait to meet you. We're super excited, about what the Lord's going to do or something. So let's just say we're going to put, we're actually going to put, you can follow us on Facebook. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's just do click. What in the world just happened there? Let's do click below. I'm kind of having a brain fog. I can't remember what we normally put here. Click below for click below to follow us on Facebook and learn more about our church. All right, we're going to keep it on view website. And this link right here will be our Facebook page. So where is... All right, so now we came to our Facebook page. We're going to come grab this URL link up here, copy this. And if you wanted it to be your actual church website, you can come and put your website link here. We keep our Facebook page really updated with new information normally as far as posting and stuff. So that's why I'm putting our Facebook page right here. All right, so now they can click below, follow us on Facebook, and learn more about our church. All right, and that is it. So right here, we'll click on Create Form. If you wanted to come up here and actually look through all of these one good time, make sure the spelling and everything's correct. I do suggest you do that. Who is planning their visit today? Yep, everything looks good. Click next. Next, create form. All right, so perfect. So now we've got our Easter 2024 form created and it is selected. All right, so now literally our ad is built for this one. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to come up here and we want to click on these little three dots. We want to come duplicate this campaign. All right, so now the reason that we are duplicating it, let me go back and explain. So now we've got one campaign with one ad set, one ad. Well, we want 6 ad sets in this campaign, right? So we've already got these ad sets built with the daily budget in there and the schedule for it to launch. So we're just going to duplicate this exact ad set with the ad and then just go edit it to do what we want it to do. So literally we're going to duplicate this right here. You click those little 3 dots. It allows you to, you can click on quickly duplicate, or you can just click on duplicate. And we're just going to duplicate one at a time. So click duplicate. All right, so now if you look on this side, we have 2 ad sets. We have one ad set here, and we've got another ad set right here. So now we've got 2 ad sets under the roof of one campaign. Each ad set has a ad under each ad set. Okay, so these are the ads. So now we see this is the one we just copied. So we've got it selected. Let's come in here. Let's delete this word copy, and we want to label this one. We're going to split test headlines. So we're going to put this as headline 2. Okay, so what's cool about duplicating them is you don't have to change any of this because it's all exactly what you had in this other ad set. Your daily budget, your schedule, everything is set up properly. So now we'll just come over here to the ads level down here, and we will change the name of this one as well to headline 2. Okay, and we will come down. What in the world did I just click on? All right, headline 2 video. So now we've changed that. So now what we want to do, since this is a different headline, we want to hop over here to our Google Doc, and we want to grab our headline 2 right here. Paste this other headline in here. So now we're going to have, both of these ads are the same video, same body text. It's just the headlines are different. Okay, so it split tests it. It gives it a different variation where people ain't seeing the same ad. March 31st. Okay, and so you want to edit the information. We've got our headline change, and you can also do the same thing with hooks. This right here is the hook. You can have 3 different hooks, which will be showing on your ad right here, giving different writings to where it changes things up to see what kind of is working best in your area. Okay, so now we've got that ad edited to headline 2. Let's click on the 3 dots again, and let's duplicate this campaign again. We're just going to duplicate one of them because now we're going to go change the headline to our headline 3. All right. So come up here, we'll delete that. Come click right here, delete that, put headline 3. Then we'll select this bottom one. Remember, we don't have to change anything in the ad set level because it's all the same exact as we built the first one. You'll click into your ad level here, and now we'll change this to headline 3. All right, so now we want to come down here and we want to change this headline to the 3rd headline, which is right here. Copy it. We'll come down here to this headline. Paste that headline right there. All right, so we'll change this information to say March 31st. Eternal Life Baptist. Plan your visit to Easter Sunday at Eternal Life Baptist. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our 3 headlines set up differently. So now we've got one campaign with 3 different ad sets under that campaign, which each have their own ad. All right. So I hope everybody's tracking with me of what we have just done. Now we have literally, when we launch this, there's going to be 3 different ads all running in your community, each one of them at $2.22 a day. Well, remember our budget was $400, and remember we want to launch as many as we can with that ad spend. So we structured it to where we're doing 6. Okay, so we've got 3 of them here, and these are 3 videos. But I want to build out another 3, and I want them to be 3 images. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're not just going to build 3 single images. We're going to build 3 carousel images, which are swipe images where there's like several images that they can swipe through and look at them, and then they can plan a visit if they'd like. So let's do that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to duplicate this again. Duplicate that right here. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had an important message I just had. So now we've just duplicated that ad. So if you look up here, for some reason it duplicated it and it put it way up here in between all of these ads, which I don't know why I did that, but we see that it's showing here is the copy. So let's come up here and let's delete this copy. And we want to, we'll just delete this headline altogether, okay? Because the way the carousel ads work is you have many images and they each have their own headline. So you'll see what I mean. So we're going to label this carousel ad. All right. Now, carousel ad, I want y'all to know, especially if y'all are brand new to advertising, these are more advanced ads. Okay. So like we're teaching you some more advanced stuff that we know works really well. All right. So carousel ad, we're going to label that carousel ad. So now let's click down into the ad because we don't have to do anything in the ad set. It's exactly set up properly. Let's click down into this ad right here. Let's delete this headline, and now let's label this ad carousel ad. Carousel ad. Okay, so we want to scroll down here, and since we're doing a carousel ad, we don't want this video in here anymore. So we'll click on this trash can right here. So now it has removed our video. It still has our text and everything. And what you want to do is you want to come up here to where it says Ad Setup. See how it says single image or video, and then it gives you the option for a carousel, all right, which is 2 or more scrollable images or videos. So we'll select carousel right here. So now carousel ad has popped up, and it's showing an add creative option, and you can add cards. Okay, so each card is basically each image. Click on Add Card. You can add your image cards here. Going into this uploading process again. We're going to select our 3 images. I think we've got to do one at a time. All right, now we want to upload our next image. Okay, and then we want to upload our third image. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 different images, and then I'm going to have that video as a part of the carousel slide of the carousel ad. So the video is going to be the very last slide, though. So we're going to have all of our images up front. Okay, so now you see here these selected images are, 3. So I want to select our video as well. That way we have all 4 of these we're going to be running. Click continue. All right, so now we have our carousel images in here. So it shows you what it looks like right here. Okay, so now we see our carousel cards. All of them are right here. Okay, and you can move these around basically. Where's it going? Oh, you can move these around to put them in the order you want them to be in for people to view them. All right, so we want the video to be last. And what we do on these carousel ads is we'll kind of move these images around to have 3 different carousel ads with different images being that first image that people see. All right, so we've got these 3 little boys here with my son right here. And there's something about kids and stuff, seeing kids playing in the church. People love that. They love to see life. They love to see what's going on in the church. Now, always keep in mind when you run these ads and you put images up, people want to see inside your church. They don't want to see just a pulpit with nobody behind it. They want to see the life of your church. What does it look like if they was to come to your church? They want to see the kids play, and they want to see the people shaking hands as they're walking in the door. They want to see fellowship. They want to, that kind of stuff. Community is what they want to be a part of. So they want to see that kind of stuff. Okay. So when you post images of the life of your church, post images of people in there, singing or whatever. Just post images of what is going on in your church. So we've got some images here of some kids in our church. We want to put a lot of images of kids because we know people love, just like the kids, you'll have grandmas that'll just melt their hearts, they just got to come to church. But at the end of the day, you want to put images that grabs people's attentions. All right. So each of these images allows us to put their own headline for each image. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop over here to our sheet, and we are going to copy and paste our headlines. Eternal Life Baptist. Oh, I deleted too much. March 31st. All right, so we've got one headline in right there. So now let's click on this other image card right here. All right, so now I've got an image card of this cute little girl right here. This is my daughter, so everybody knows. I don't want y'all thinking I'm just calling little girls cute. All right, so now let's go get another headline here. Hop in here. We will grab this headline right here. Boom. Put this headline in here. All right. March 31st. All right, and then we'll do the same thing for this one right here. We'll put a headline in here. Easter Sunday, March 31st. All right, so now, and then we've got a fourth card. So we only have 3 headlines, but we got 4 slides. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on this one right here. That's kind of in the middle to where they're not both side by side. We'll just grab this headline, copy that, and we'll come put that headline in where this video is. Boom. All right, so now we've got our image carousel built. So literally, you click on these little dots, click on expand. So this is what it looks like when people are scrolling by. They'll see this image carousel. They can swipe through these images, look at all the images of the people in your church, and and then they can plan a visit from these images. All right. So these work really well, especially if you have good images that grab people's attention. All right, and let's scroll down here. Let's make sure our form is still selected. Everything's correct. All right, so now we've got our image carousel built. So literally, what we're going to do is we are just going to duplicate this. Actually, before we duplicate it, what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on the add level again, and we're going to name what image is first. That way we know if it's converting well. If this one's doing better, then we know which image is performing best. 3 kids. All right. So now let's click here, and we're going to duplicate this. All right, boom. All right, so now our image carousel copy up here. Let's delete this copy portion. Once we get out of this Facebook Ads Manager, the computer will start going a little bit faster. Right now, it's just a little slow due to me sharing my screen, recording, and doing all of that all together. All right, let's click on the ads level now of this image carousel. So what we're going to do is we're not going to change anything. We're just going to change what that front image is. We don't have to edit no headlines or anything. We're just changing what that front image is. And we'll put Annalie, that's my daughter's name. So we'll put Annalie as the first image on this ad. All right, so let's come over here. Let's grab a picture of Annalie, and let's move her to the front here. All right, boom. So now she is at the front of the pack on this ad. So she's the one people will see first. Okay, so now we've got that set up. So now let's click over here and duplicate this again one more time because we want 6 ads. And I want y'all to know the ad, this campaign that we're building out right now, this campaign structure, with all these variations and the way this is set up, just so y'all can have a little idea. Businesses will pay thousands of dollars for people to set this kind of stuff up for their business. So this is a very advanced ad that we're building out here, an advertising campaign. All right, so let's click. We have deleted that right there. So now let's click down here to this bottom ad under here, where it says carousel ad Annalie. Let's change this name to space. Let's change this name to who is going to be first on this one? Oh, just the congregation image. Congregation image. All right, so now let's slide down here and let's grab this picture of the congregation. And we will slide this one up to the top. All right. Boom. So now we got the congregation image at the top. Okay. So we've got our 3 carousel ads and we've got our 3 video ads. All right. So now I hope everyone's still tracking with me and I ain't lost y'all anywhere. But now at the top, you see we have a campaign, we have an ad set, and we have an ad. Then we have another ad set and an ad. Then we have another ad set, an ad, another ad set, an ad, another ad set, an ad, another ad set, an ad. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads under one campaign. Each one of these ads are going to have $2.22 running to them every day. Okay, so that's going to give you 6 different ads running in your community in that area you're targeting. Different variations. People are seeing different images, different layouts, different videos with different writings, different stuff. And all of that grabs attention and it really will produce really good results for your church's special day. So now we've got this ad built. If you look up here at the top right, it says it's in draft. So now we're these ads one at a time. So like let's click down here to this very bottom ad down here. Very bottom one now. We're going to come right here to this bottom right where it says publish, and we're going to click publish. Computer's loading slow. Hold on, give it a second. Did I click on it? Well, I clicked publish. For some reason, it ain't publishing. Let's see. Let's try this one more time.
Might have to reload the page.
Yeah, I might have to. This thing is lagging like crazy. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now it's saying publishing 1 of 3. Yeah, what it is I'm using a Chromebook right now. So with Zoom on it, and it's sharing screen, and it's recording, and I've got Facebook Ads Manager all up, and it's all going at one time. It's just making my computer super slow. All right. So now we just published that one ad. All right. So if you look up here, you see this campaign is in white, and you see this ad set and this ad is in white. So that means these are published, which it shows it's processing. So Facebook has to review it, and then it'll wait till that scheduled launch time that you scheduled it for, and then it'll launch at that scheduled time. So we see that only one was published, though, because we have several of them in this campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to each one of these ad sets. And we're going to publish each one of these now individually. There we go, publishing. Click on this next ad set. We're going to publish this one. All right, so now we've still got some green ones up here. We've got to publish each one of these. We're almost there. Publish. Okay, so now once this loads, you see that all of these are white. That means we have published all of them. And you'll see at the top right of all of them, it'll have this little thing that says processing. So it shows that it's not in draft mode no more. See, it actually says scheduled. All right. So now we see all of these are in white. So what we're going to do is we'll exit out of this right here, exit out of this builder. All right, so now that we've exited out of it, it shows that we're in the ad set level right now. So let's just exit out of that. Let's click to the campaign level over here. All right, so now in this campaign level, we see this ad that we just built and launched. It says it's scheduled. All right, so it's scheduled to launch this Monday. It shows this is turned on, so this campaign is on. It's ready to go. If you ever want to come in here and turn this campaign off, let's say you're running it that Saturday, you need to come in here and pause it. Unless you set an end date, which you can. Normally, we just come manually pause them. You'll come in here and you'll manually turn it off right here. Or you can download the Ads Manager mobile app on your phone. It allows you to pause them from in there as well, which I recommend that. So we see that this is selected here. So if you don't select it, it'll bring up all of this information for all these campaigns in your ads and ad set level. But if you select it right here, you can actually come in here and click on your ad sets level, and it'll pull up the ad sets just for that campaign you just launched. So it shows they're all scheduled. We can click on our ads over here, review, 2 of them are processing, and eventually one. You've got your campaign built and it has been launched. So now we must get that campaign connected into your software account. All right, so let's hop over here into our software. So now we are in our church account. So y'all would pull up y'all's software account after that Facebook ad has been built and launched. You'll come into your settings area right here. So in your settings, you'll scroll down here to a little tab called integrations. All right. Integrations is where you're going to connect your Facebook lead format. All right, so you'll click on integrations, and right here it'll give you a option. So let's disconnect our Facebook page real quick. All right, that way y'all start like from scratch, because some of y'all probably don't have. We'll click connect right here for your Facebook page. And it's going to prompt you through. So we've already got, we've already given Lead Connector access, but it's going to ask for you to give the software access into your Facebook page. Okay, and then you'll give it access, and then it'll pull up this and allow you to select your page. All right, so we're going to select our church page here. Click Connect Facebook and Instagram. Boom. All right, so now it's connected. What you're going to do is you're going to select right here, you're going to select your ad account. So we've got multiple, so we'll select that one right there. You should only have one, though. You'll make sure your ad account's selected. Once your page and your ad account's connected, you'll never have to do that again. They'll always be connected. But whenever you launch new Facebook ads, if you're creating a new form in those campaigns, like a different form like we just did, you'll have to come in here and where it says Facebook form fields and mapping, you'll have to come manually map those fields every time you create a new form. So for instance, look at all the different forms that we've made in the past. All right, so now we've got this new form, though, we just made in Facebook ads campaign. And we launched that campaign. So now it's showing this new form in the software account that we need to map the fields. So you'll click on this little green button. It allows you to map the fields here. All right, what you want to do is it just wants to make sure the information on that form is the same information that it'll bring into the software account under those fields, those headers. So that way we know the full name, we know the phone number and the email. So when it creates your contact, when the form's filled out in your software, it'll create it with the proper information in the right place. So that's the same thing here. We see these two have no forms selected because these were custom questions we built. So we've already got custom fields built in the software for these questions. So let's come in here and find, is this the first time you've ever heard about our church? We'll select that. Have you ever been to church before? And we will select that right there. And if you ever want to create different questions on your Facebook forms, you'll come into your software account and you'll create forms or fields for those questions. That way you can track your information good. So once we got our fields mapped, you'll click save. So now it shows a little check mark right here showing our form is connected to the software. Now, whenever that form is filled out, it'll create a contact in your contacts area right here in your software. All right. So whenever a form's submitted now, that information will automatically be drug into your software account and it'll create its very own contact with all that information in it. Okay. So now we got the form submitted. We got it connected to the software. So now let's come over here in the automations. We need to set up your automated messages that are going to be going out. We need to come set those up now. So click on automations here. We've got these workflows already pre-built. Okay. So we might have more than y'all because we do different stuff. So like come down here to where it says special events workflow. This is the workflow y'all are going to have. And I think y'all's special events workflow, it might be outside like this, but it also might be in a plan to visit folder. So if you don't see it out here, click on your plan to visit folder and that special events workflow might be in there. But what you want to do is you want to come in here and find your special events workflow. You want to click on it. And I hope y'all go and watch the training videos for all of these workflows and stuff in your software account under Help Center. That way you can learn these pretty good. So inside your special events workflow, this is the automation process that is built out. Okay, so we already have it pre-built. You can add stuff in here if you'd like, but let's say you come in here where it says this right here is the trigger. So whatever is in here is what triggers all of this to take place. So we got a Facebook lead form submitted trigger. So let's click on this and we want to, it says Inform Family and Friends Day 2024. So that was for our Family and Friends Day we ran in January. We want to swap this form out and we want it to be our new form that we just mapped, which is Easter 2024. Save trigger. Up here, make sure this is published and make sure you click save again up here at the top right. So now we've got our trigger set up. So when that form is submitted, it triggers all of this to take place. So you want to make sure your internal notification here, you want to make sure that it's being sent to the proper number. Y'all should be at default sending it to the pastor's number, but just in case it's not, make sure you put the numbers of the people here that you want to get this text message. So you'll put one number here for one person. And if you wanted more people in your church to be notified, what you'll do is you'll click this little dots, you'll click copy, and you'll click copy action, not all actions, but one action. And you'll click copy and you'll paste it here. And now you've got two of those internal notifications. You can click on this and just go change that number to another staff members if you want more people to get messages. And you can always click on one of these little plus signs and you can literally add a lot of things that take place or that you want to take place. But if you want it to be a different internal notification, you type in internal notification. And you can have it send an email, a text message, or send an internal notification to a specific user in the software account. So we'll just keep it at 2 though for now. Actually, we won't keep it at 2 since this is for our church's actual campaign. Let's just delete one of these. All right. So now we've got one internal notification coming to me, letting me know when someone plans a visit. So now this set your day, this is very important, okay? This set your day is setting the date that this automation messaging is going to be going off of. So this date that we are leading up to is March the 31st. Okay, so this is Easter Sunday. So we want to set the date that we are, that the software is going to be texting based on. So March the 31st at 11 a.m. That's proper. March 31st at 11 a.m. We will save that action. All right. So now we click save. So we got our date saved. Now the system will operate off of this date for this workflow. So it waits 2 minutes. It'll send them this text message. Let's come in here and edit. You got to come edit these messages accordingly. So, hey, it'll grab their first name. Steve, this is Pastor Dalton with Eternal Life Baptist Church. I saw you planned your visit to church on January 28th. Actually, let's change this to March 31st for our Family and Friends Day. We're super excited to meet you after you're seated. All right, so we'll click Save Action right here at the bottom right corner. Click on this next message. Oh, quick question. How many are coming with the, grab their last name, Grovenstein Crew. All right, so now it'll wait 6 days before the event, okay? So the only way it knows how to wait 6 days before the event is if you set the event date right here. So that's what I mean. It's very important to set this date because now the system knows you can wait 6 days before that event date. So now that Monday morning, it'll send this text message to these people. So this text message says, hey, Steve, this is Pastor Dalton. Just wanted to reach out and remind you about our Easter Sunday click Save Action. And then we've got wait 1 day before the event, which is that Saturday. Click on Send SMS. It says, hey, Steve, just remind you about church tomorrow for our Family Friend Day service. Easter Sunday service, 11 a.m. The church address, boom. Save Action. Wait 3 hours before the event. It should just say, good morning. We're excited to meet you today. Awesome. So now you want to come up here. There's a little green dot saying this needs to be saved. We'll click Save. And boom. And now your workflow is set up. All right. So you know what that means? That means you're done. Okay. Your Facebook campaign has been built. It has been scheduled to launch. You've connected the form to where all those people who fill out those forms are now going to be created into your software account. And now we've got that form also connected to your automations, where when that form is submitted, it'll go through this automated text message process where it is texting them, reminding them of these special days coming up. All right. So now when it gets to your special day, Easter Sunday, you'll have some that show up and some that don't. What you'll do is there's some more automations in here that you'll tag the people as visited or tag them as no-showed, triggering out those automated follow-up text messages. We don't have time to go over that in this class. But if you come to the Help Center right here, or actually I click